Alright, so now you are aware of basic terms that you see in customer service application. So let me just show you a quick demo of customer service in Dynamics 365. Alright, so here we are in Dynamics 365. Now either you can work in the web application or in the customer service hub. Okay, the process remains the same. So I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process on how the cases can be resolved, right, and how it can be logged in the first place. So we go here, we go to the customer service, and you can see that you have dashboard also for the customer, same as the sales. And here you have multiple dashboards available, which you can see, and you can scroll down. Next is accounts. If you click on accounts, you will see the same accounts entity. Okay, there's no difference in that. It's just a link of accounts and contacts from the sales module. Next we have cases. So there are different ways to create cases. The first way is I'm going to go through the process and show you exactly how it works and how customers raise cases in Dynamics 365. Right, so let's click on activities and let's give it a second to load. So here we are in activities, and let's take a scenario where customer is giving a phone call to the customer service agent, right, in your company, and explaining the issue. So what we'll do is we'll just click on phone call. Okay, so it's gonna create a new phone call activity. And is it an incoming or outgoing? So it's an incoming call, right? So we'll just click on this, it will toggle and change it to incoming. So subject is so we can just put like unable to qualify a lead in Dynamics. Okay, that's the issue. And call from, now this is a customer who has called, right? So we can just pick one. So I'll just put Adatam, and this is the call to. So this is a current user who is creating this activity. So it will be same. The phone number, so this is a phone number you can enter, right? Or it can automatically be generated through CTI if you have done integration with that. So I'll just put like, for example, here, and the description. So you can just like customer service agent has understood their problem, and now they are capturing the details related to the problem. So unable to qualify leads inside Dynamics 365 and getting an error, account like lead cannot be qualified. Okay, then is there anything regarding? Okay, so that's something you can select here, maybe some case or some account. So it's regarding the same account and how much duration it took for the phone call. Maybe it's like 10 minutes. Okay, so we can just enter here and we can put 10 minutes. We can just type it also, right? Then based on the customer request, we can set this priority as high, low, whatever it is, and when it is should be due. So that's something you can select. Currently the status is open. Let's click save. So now the activity is created, the phone call activity. Now this is the issue that customer is facing. Now we need to create a case and assign it to a service engineer, right? So what we can do is right from here, we can just click convert to, and when we click convert to, we have option to convert it to a case. So we'll just click to case. And now it is going to open this dialog and ask me a few information. So what is a subject? So subjects can really help you filter out the information and filter out the cases. So that's something you can enter here. I'll just put like it's a maintenance issue. Do you want to open a new case? Yes. And change the task to completed. Means when I convert it to case, this phone call activity should be closed. So if you want, you can put yes. If you put no, then this phone call activity will remain open. We'll just put yes because that's something we want to do. We'll just click convert. And now it is going to create a case and it will open the case record. So let's just give it a few seconds. So here we go. We have the case title, the case ID is generated automatically. The subject is coming automatically from the dialog that we have selected. The customer is there. The origin is from phone, right? And if you click on the activities, you can see that what was the phone call. And if you want to see this phone call, you can just click here and you will see that it's completed. Okay, so the status of the phone call is completed, right? It means it is no longer open. We go back. And now here we can understand more about the problem. So is there any contact that you're talking to, right? And you can put more description details here, right? So once you put everything here, you can just move to the next stage, and then it is into the research stage. So is there any similar case that you have resolved in the past? That's something you can find here, right? So the solution can be given similarly. And do you want to assign it to somebody else? So if you don't want to work on this case and you want to assign it to somebody, you can just select that from here, or you can just click assign and then from here you can choose the user and team and then assign it to the user, right? So that's something you can do. So based on the actual requirements, you will assign this case to a team, or you can add it to a queue. For example, it's a normal priority currently showing. If you just say it's a high priority case, we save it, and then we can just add to queue. So based on your actual requirements, you can create queue and you can send it to the queue, right? So once it is done, the next step is to resolve, right? So you can just schedule a resource who will go to the customer site, or maybe just give a phone call to explain the solution to the problem. And then once everything is good, you can just go ahead and finish it. So it means it is resolved. You can just click mark resolve, and then it says, okay, problem solved or information provided. So there was problem which was solved. The resolution is there was a custom JavaScript preventing qualification. We fixed it. Okay, so that's there. And how much time you spend. So 10 minutes we spent for the call, and if in case if you do any other activities, system is going to automatically pick up that time and will show here. But it's up to you how much you want to bill. So for example, you want to bill for 1 hour because 50 minutes is taken by the service engineer who resolved the case. We can just click resolve here. And now you will notice that case is resolved and it's become non-editable, right? Now, what else you can do if customer says that the problem has come back again and it has not been resolved? All you can do is you can reactivate the same case instead of creating a new one, right? If it's the same problem, you can just click reactivate case, and it is going to allow you to reactivate it. And once it is reactivated, you can make changes, you can again assign resources, you can create new activities, you can add like a task, or you can schedule a resource, right? So those kind of things you can do. And once it is resolved, again you can click resolve case. Okay, so like this. In case if you want to cancel the case, you can do it from here. So let's click resolve again, and you can enter other more details based on your requirements. Resolve finally, and the time took at this time is 2 hours. Resolve. Okay, so you will see that the activities is there, and this is the resolution activity that is created. So in case if you want to see what exactly it is, you can just click here and you will see that what is the resolution done, right? So for each resolution you will have a resolution activity created. Similarly, in case if you have any KB articles, you can search it from here. So let's create a new case. So we'll just put it like test case, and for the customer we save it, and here we can just go to the KB article, and based on the title of the case, system is automatically going to suggest you the article which can be useful. So if you want to see this article, you can just click here. It gives the explanation here. If you think this is the right article, you can just link it, okay, by clicking this link, and now it is linked, right? Also you can send email to the customer from the same place here, right? In case if you want to see other articles, then you can just search it. You can put something like this the way you want, and you can see all the other documents are available, right? Let's go to the other sections. So currently we can see we have service calendar. So let's open this, and here you will be able to see all the resources that you have available, right? And also their calendar. So currently it is showing this type of calendar. If I want to see the month one, you will see here. Okay, so you can just see week wise and all the resources that you have here. And if you want to schedule a resource, you can just click schedule, and system is going to open this a service activity, and you can choose the subject. You can do all those things here. So for which customer, and you can just click find resources. For which service, you can just select the service, and then when do you want to schedule that, you can just click find resources, and then system is going to show you the resources available, and then you can book them to assign the activity to them, and they can start working on this, right? So those kind of things you can do from the service calendar, okay? And it gives you the centralized view to see what your resources are doing and how they are occupied. So if you want to assign this to a queue, what we'll do is first let's see how can you create a queue. So we go to the settings, and under settings we have business management, and there you have queues. So currently you can see that you have active. My active queue is the demo user. So we can create a new queue, and we can give it a name like high priority cases. Is it a public queue or private queue? So public queue, everybody will see those items inside the queue, or if it's a private, then only people who belong to this queue will be able to see. We'll just keep it public. You can also put the email. So if somebody sends an email to this specific email, then automatically this queue will be activated, right? And do you want to convert email to activities? You can say all email. We'll just save it. And now this is the public queue, right? So that's something you can do. The next step is, for example, we go back to the cases and we select this particular case and we just say add to queue, and we select that high priority cases queue and click add. Now you will see the record will still remain the same. Okay, there will not be any change. But if I go to queues and if I see, like, for example, all items and the high priority cases, you will see that that queue is available. Now the user who want to work on this can definitely select this and pick and start working on this, right? So this basically help service agents to work together, and based on the priorities you can resolve those cases, right? So that's how the queues work. Next is knowledge article. So knowledge article, now it's been replaced, like earlier it was articles, now it is knowledge article, which is now in the unified interface. So in this you can create those articles and you can just start using those, right? So let's give it a few seconds to open. All right, so this is the customer service hub. Under there we can just click all articles. So all the articles that have been created you can see here, and the best way is you can just open this particular article. Let's do that. Now here you can define that when your customer service representative is working, you need to give the keyword so that they can search for that information, right? So you can enter the keywords here, you can enter the description, you can give the title, you can add the summary details here, right? And also you have analytics, right? That's something you can see that how many people have viewed this, what is the feedback, or is there related information. So in here you can put all the content. It is completely like graphical what you see, so you can put as you want. Okay, so once it is done you can just publish it, and once it is published you can use it in cases. Okay, so that's how the knowledge articles are used. Now this is the previous version of articles, but I would highly recommend you to use the knowledge articles here. Next is the contract. So this is a contract which allow your customers to get services from you, right? Now it has been replaced by the entitlement. So we can go to the service management under settings, and here you have entitlements. So you can create any entitlement as you want. The main objective is either it can be number of cases or number of hours, right? So if number of cases, then when do you want to decrease it? Because if some customer is already used this particular case and they have this entitlement, the number should be reduced to, like, you can see currently it's 20 terms, but 10 are remaining. So 10 is already consumed by the customer. So this will help you keep track of this thing. So I would highly recommend you to go through this stuff and play around with this, right? So that something is there. Next we have the services. So here you can define all the services that your team is working with for the customer. Okay, then similarly you have goals here. So you can define the goals for like number of cases that person has resolved. So for example, Q1 goal, if you open this goal, and here you can see that the target is not money, the target is the count, number of cases. So how many cases the person needs to resolve, and also how many they have already resolved, what is the percentage achieved. So this can be used for actually monitoring the performance of the users, right? And that's it. These are the things available in the service module, and I would highly recommend you to go through this in detail and play around with this, and let me know if you have any questions, right? So that's for this video, and I will see you in the next video tutorial.